Welcome to Reds
breaking
Focus
news from
LFC
Liverpool
fans. Today we bring you the
Mohamed
top four
Salah's AFCON departure date is now officially confirmed, and Arne Slot has admitted Salah is unhappy after the West Ham snub. Plus, Darwin Nunez is already looking to end his Saudi move. And Liverpool receive an incredible update on Antoine Semenyo. *** official. Mo Salah Afcon departure date confirmed. * Mohamed Salah will depart Liverpool following the clash with Brighton on December 13th. With Arne Slot explaining the club's plan around the Africa Cup of Nations. FIFA have ruled that clubs must release their players for Afcon by December 15th at the latest, allaying concerns of an early release for Salah. That means the Egypt captain will play for Liverpool at home to Brighton on December 13th before flying out to join his national team in Morocco. Speaking in his pre-Sunderland press conference on Tuesday, Slot said, "There are always talks about what is best for all three of us. I think the way we've worked at this club, and I worked in the past, is always that there is a communication between all three. The player, the club, and the country. So that's nothing new. That's always the same, also when they come back. When they go. But I think FIFA have said the 15th is the last date, I assume. A player has to be released. That may suggest a hope that Egypt will bear Liverpool in mind when it comes to their plans around the tournament. Though Salah's management will be out of the club's hands, Slot effectively trialed his system for throughout Afcon in Sunday's 2-0 win over West Ham, with Salah spending the afternoon on the bench as Dominic Szoboszlai played on the right wing. How Salah reacted to being dropped versus West Ham ***. It proved a success to the extent that there are genuine questions over whether Liverpool's No 11 should come back into the side against Sunderland on Wednesday night. But there are no concerns from Slot over frustration from Salah himself. It's a normal reaction from a player that's good enough to play for us, and I say that mildly, because he's been so outstanding for this club for so many years, and will be for us in the future," he explained. So yeah, of course a player isn't happy not playing. He wasn't the only one who wasn't happy that he wasn't starting. I can tell you, and that's normal. But the way he behaved was as you expect from the professional he is. He was very supportive of his teammates, handled himself very well during the day, and yesterday in the session as well. So you cannot be a player that's available every 3 days and play on that higher standard if you go with your emotions. But for Mo, he's so disciplined, knows what he needs to do to stay fit, and no matter if he plays well, doesn't play well, if he plays or if he doesn't play, he will always be that top professional. And that's what he was in the last 2 days. Arne Slot admits Mohamed Salah is unhappy at Liverpool after West Ham snubbed Mohamed. Salah was an unused substitute as Liverpool won at West Ham on Sunday afternoon, and Reds manager Arne Slot has been asked about the Egyptian international * Liverpool manager. Arne Slot has admitted it is a fair assumption to feel Mohamed Salah was unhappy at being left out of the Reds starting 11 at West Ham. The Egypt star dropped to the bench for the match at the London Stadium, with Florian Wirtz starting in a front three with Cody Gakpo and Alexander Isak. Salah has been a regular this season, but he and a number of his Anfield teammates have come in for criticism as Slot's side have hit a rocky patch in their title defense. They won in East London on Sunday, though, with Isak and Gakpo grabbing the goals in the second half. Fair assumption and normal reaction for someone who can play for us, Slot told reporters at a press conference ahead of Liverpool's midweek match against Sunderland. Of course, a player isn't happy. He isn't playing. He wasn't the only one, I can tell you. The way he behaved was as you would expect from the professional he is. He was very supportive for his teammates and handled himself really well. You can't play that well every 3 days if you go with your emotions, but Mo is so disciplined. He will always be that top professional, as he was the last few days. Salah had played every minute in the league before Sunday, scoring 4 goals in 12 appearances. However, He was left on the bench by Slot as Hugo Ekitike. Curtis Jones and Andy Robertson came on as substitutes. Asterisk. Salah finished last season as Liverpool's top scorer as they won the Premier League in Slot's first season in charge, and signed a contract extension late in the campaign, despite seeing the star go 4 games without a goal in all competitions. Slot has backed him to turn things around. Asterisk, fortunately, the time I have been here, he has been a superhuman being. But all players around the world, there are times at a club where you are human, he added. He scored so many goals for us, and I'm sure he will in the future. Asterisk. Liverpool are preparing for a spell without Salah in the coming weeks, with their leading man set to link up with Egypt for their Africa Cup of Nations campaign. The Pharaohs made an early exit in the previous edition, losing to DR Congo in the round of 16. And Slot was asked about communications over the upcoming tournament, where Egypt played their first group game on December 22nd. Asterisk. The way we have worked is that there's a communication between all three, the player, the club, and country, he said. That's nothing new. But FIFA have said December 15th is last day. Player has to be released. Darwin Nunez looking to end Saudi Arabia stint just months after Liverpool departure. Asterisk. Darwin Nunez left Liverpool for Al Hilal in a £66 million deal in the summer. But the striker is reportedly unhappy in Saudi Arabia and looking to leave, with River Plate planning a 2026 move. Asterisk. Darwin Nunez may already be seeking an escape route from Saudi Arabia, just months after his Liverpool departure. The Uruguayan forward joined Al Hilal during the summer following the Reds' Premier League title success, departing for a fee in the region of £66 million. Asterisk, however, according to multiple reports, the 26-year-old is unsettled in the Middle East, despite netting 4 times in 6 appearances as Al Hilal trailed Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr by 4 points. Argentine publication O has indicated that South American heavyweights River Plate have allocated funds within their wage structure for Nunez ahead of the 2026 campaign. Asterisk. Manager Marcelo Gallardo is preparing for a squad overhaul, and the coach is reportedly keen on bringing in the ex-Liverpool star. The outlet claims they have already called Nunez, who is intent on leaving Al Hilal. Asterisk. Despite a promising beginning in Saudi Arabia, which has also seen him provide 2 assists for his colleagues, Nunez is believed to be considering his next move. This follows a string of social media posts showing the 26-year-old embracing his new life following a lucrative transfer to Saudi Arabia 6 weeks ago. Nunez shared a collection of images on Instagram, featuring an action photograph of himself celebrating a goal with the caption, "Back at it, blue heart emoji." 7 weeks prior, he uploaded another set of photographs, declaring, "This is just the beginning." Asterisk. Nunez's stint at Liverpool proved divisive following his expensive transfer from Benfica. The Uruguayan delivered several pivotal moments for the Reds, particularly during their championship-winning season under Arne Slot. He scored twice against Brentford during a vital phase of the title race. However, alongside flashes of brilliance came censure as he endured lengthy goalless runs and, on one occasion, public criticism from the Dutchman. Slot was forced to defend the forward during Nunez's difficult periods. Last December, the striker had netted just 3 goals in 19 appearances, leading the former Feyenoord head coach to back him. "For me, he has impact," Slot said. "If you only look at goals, he hasn't scored the amount of goals that he wants to score, or we want a number 9 to score, but he does have impact in his work rate. He's part of a team that scores a lot of goals and is winning a lot." Asterisk. Of course, as a number 9, you want to score more goals, and that's definitely what he wants as well. But I'm not only judging Mohamed Salah on his goals and Darwin on his goals. I also judge them on their work rate and what they bring to the team. The fans support him so much that maybe he wants it too much. But by February, he was forced to publicly admonish the striker over his work ethic after a difficult afternoon against Aston Villa. Asterisk. He said, "I can accept every miss." especially from a player that has scored 2 very important goals against Brentford. That scores for us in the home game against Villa. I would prefer him to score, but the word chance says it all. It's a chance, so it's not 100% sure that the ball goes in, and players miss chances. That I can accept, but what was a bit harder for me to accept was his behavior after that chance. I think it got too much in his head, where he wasn't the usual Darwin that works his and makes sure he helps the team. I think he was too disappointed after missing that chance, and maybe we will never know. We will never find out. That's why he was just a fraction. Short the moment afterwards when he had another chance. I always truly believe that it's best to have Wada's Wataru Endo mindset, and what I mean with that is that for the whole season he doesn't stop playing. Keeps on going, and whenever we need him, he's ready. That is very difficult. There are not many players that can do this, so it's not about the chance. It's more about the 20 minutes afterwards where I want to talk to him, rather than about him missing a chance. Nunez finished last season with just 7 goals from 47 matches in all competitions and was sold on by Liverpool despite their big outlay on him only a few years earlier. How Richard Hughes is now feeling about selling Alexis allister Liverpool's Premier League title defense isn't going as well as we thought it would without having secured the title. Under Arne Slot, at the first time of asking, the Reds then spent £450 million improving the squad in the January transfer window. Despite adding the likes of Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike, among others, the Reds are foundering in mid-table. Although Arne Slot's side recently arrested the slide courtesy of a win away at West Ham, they had previously lost 6 of their last 7 top-flight games. Liverpool stars have dropped off. The signings haven't yet integrated in an optimum way, while the performance of some of the title-winning players has also dropped off. Much has been made of Ibrahima Konate and Mo Salah's collapse in form this season, and it's perhaps slipped under the radar that Alexis allister hasn't been at his best, indispensable, under both Jurgen Klopp and Slot. The Argentina international hasn't looked the same since, failing to shake off an injury towards the back end of last season. No new contract for Alexis. He sat out the final 2 games of the campaign and experienced a curtailed preseason, meaning the 26-year-old has looked lacking in sharpness during the campaign thus far. And while it's been reported that fellow midfielders like Dominic Szoboszlai and Ryan Gravenberch are in line for new contracts, not much has been mentioned about Macca. However, like the aforementioned duo, the FIFA World Cup winner is also out of contract in 2028, and Liverpool soon need to make a decision over his future. Liverpool not considering allister sale. Now a report from Sam Wallace in the Telegraph claims that Liverpool will not consider selling the number 10 despite his contract situation and current uncertain form. It is the view of FSG that managers, like players, can go through a dip in form. The report reads, Alexis allister is having a poor season, and yet the club would not consider selling him. Real Madrid have been named as potential suitors for allister, who joined the club from Brighton for around £35 back in 2023. Right now, it looks like his future is secured at Anfield, but let's hope his form can turn around and the gifted playmaker can get back to his best. Liverpool get incredible news about Antoine semenyo deal. Liverpool added £450 million worth of new signings in the summer transfer window. Sporting director Richard Hughes concluded deals for new attackers in the shape of Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, and Hugo Ekitike. But it appears that the Liverpool strike line remains a work in progress, and even more new players could be coming to the club. We've seen links to several players, for example, who could come in as long-term successors to Mohamed. Salah on the right wing. And over on the other side of the attack, there is a sense that an upgrade could be. Source for Cody Gakpo, despite his recent purple patch, *Semenyo could make Liverpool move one player who could perhaps feature on both sides of the Liverpool attack is Antoine Semenyo. The 25-year-old Bournemouth star began the season in brilliant form, although his numbers have trailed off somewhat in recent weeks. The Ghana international has provided 6 goals and 3 assists for the Cherries so far this term, putting interested clubs including Liverpool on red alert. Attention has been drawn to the existence of a release clause in Semenyo's contract with the attacker's new deal, agreed in the off-season. At £65 million. Semenyo is surely one of the most attractive attacking targets for the Premier League's big guns, Liverpool included. Richard Hughes can conduct a Semenyo masterclass, but Liverpool could end up signing Semenyo even cheaper if they remain patient. That's because a report from Liverpool insider Paul Joyce in the Times claims that the player's release clause is due to drop next summer. Under contract until 2030, Semenyo will be on the market for around £50 million in the summer 2026 transfer window. Hughes was Bournemouth technical director when Semenyo was acquired for only £10 million or so back in January 2023 from Bristol City. And the Liverpool executive has been tipped to get in ahead of the competition to do a deal for one of the most in-demand players in the league. Semenyo clause dropping to near £50 million. Hughes knows Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo well from his stint as sporting director of the South Coast Club and will know that a release clause of £65 million in January drops to near £50 million in the summer window, hence why Bournemouth are looking to create an auction, the report reads. It's therefore in Bournemouth's interest to sell Semenyo in January in order to maximize their transfer income. But if Semenyo sees his career best served by a move to Anfield, then he may well see fit to conclude the season with Bournemouth.